So as you know, there are a ton of opportunities to pitch here at the festival, and there are actually also a lot of judges who are going to be listening to your pitches here in the room. They're going to be listening to pitches in the elevator, and the elevator begins with now. So if you're interested in being part of the elevator session, you do want to go to the big freight elevator in the back for that. And then take advantage of the folks who are walking around with the judges' pins, because they're also listening to pitches about for the Startup Festival prize. So lots of opportunities to talk about your business. We now are going to break up this the execution speeches with our startup pitches. 150 companies applied for, I believe we've got 12 companies that were selected, and they were all really selected based on this theme of wanting to make it matter, companies that were trying to do something really significant. And our first company that we'll pitch, and they're going to do, I believe they're 6-minute pitches, a few minutes of Q&A. This first company, Hookflash, is here to try to disrupt the telco industry, an industry that's absolutely ripe for disruption. Please welcome Hookflash. Hookflash, sorry.
Good morning. Oh, my slides are here. It's a great start. I love the TED notion about ideas worth sharing, and I love even more startups that matter. It's because at Hookflash, we're building a startup that matters. We're out to, we speak to work life simplified. We're building new technology to make communications easier and better for people to work and live together. We used to communicate like this, or at least like this, with the phone to our ear. Today, we tend to communicate like this on our smartphones, our tablets, computers, and even our televisions. Communications has moved to the 4 screens in our lives, because this experience of communicating gives us a lot higher quality and more benefits than this for way less money. In fact, today for free. So I'm not sure if the telco CEOs know this yet. Chris referred to them as fat and happy still, or if they just can't tell their shareholders, but the phone's dead, and we're living through this great era of sunsetting telephones and moving into new technologies. The office phone is dead. 6% of the US population will have telephones in their homes within the next 5 years. And over 1 billion people are already using over-the-top services to communicate on screens with services like Apple FaceTime, Google Hangouts, Tango Video, and the 800-pound gorilla in the space, Skype, acquired by Microsoft last year for $8.5 billion. Here's an important news flash for you. What Skype does, creating technology to deliver voice, video, and text-enabled devices around to web-enabled devices around the world for free, is really difficult to do. We know we're one of the few companies that have actually done it with the new peer-to-peer technology that we've developed. So Hookflash runs on OpenPeer, a new purpose-built technology that delivers voice, video, and text to web-enabled devices around the world for free. That's what heralds a new era, but there's more. And I like the way the press spoke to it. Hookflash offers something that would-be competitors like Skype doesn't. It's social. My Skype directory is closed off. I'm in a silo. But my identity and directories exist dynamically up in the cloud on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. And so Hookflash integrates social. And when you bring together real-time communications and social context, you get a new wonderful value. So the first social that we've done is you can now invite 160 million of your work colleagues to video chat with you. This is the LinkedIn blog on June 21st when Hookflash for iPad launched in the App Store. Hookflash is combining the power of free, mobile, and social which are the elements of the world's most valuable, fastest growing company if you think about the companies, if you think about the economy today. And we're delighted to be playing in this big space. The valuations of these type of social IP communication companies have been in the hundreds of millions. And you see Tango at 300 million, Voxer at 180 million. This slide's from 2 months ago. Yammer at 550, and Microsoft acquired them last month for $1.2 billion. This is an incredibly exciting, important space. It takes a very special team to do this. These guys can't do it. You need a team like Hookflash, located in a secret Eastern European location. That's actually Novi Sad, Serbia, where our guys are, led by an evil genius, my co-founder partner, Eric Lagerwey. I don't have time to speak to Eric's accomplishments, but Google Eric Lagerwey. He's one of the creators of this industry, and his henchmen. We're supported by guys like Dr. Cullen Jennings, who heads up the real-time communications work group for the internet, and Alan Durick, who invented the HD audio sound technology that runs Skype. Last year, thanks to Startupfest, we met and are now getting the support of Ranjith Kumaran in the Valley, and Ranjith is helping us with issues like VC funding and enterprise growth. Fabulous guy, contributor to Forbes magazine. So Hookflash is now available in the iTunes store. And if you'd like a preview of what's next, I'd like to encourage you to seek out Eric Lagerwey, who you see in the screenshot here, for a preview. And that's Hookflash, Work Life Simplified. Thank you.
Great, so I get to ask you the questions because we're really tight. We're going to, again, it's 5-minute pitches and 2 minutes of questions, and we actually only have about 15 seconds for the question. So I'm going to ask you, what is your biggest challenge in the next 90 days?
Oh,
answering
geez,
this question.
Yeah, answer the question. Awareness is probably, Dave McClure made a great point of the risk of being ignored. So it's awareness for us. So this kind of venue is fabulous.
So what can these people do to help raise awareness?
Download Hookflash, invite your friends, experience a new way of communicating and working together.
Okay, great. Trent, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Great to see you again.
All right, take care. I should have asked if he's willing to change the name of the company to Hookfish. I like that, actually. All right, so we're going to keep this moving really quickly, so I'm going to keep my remarks really short and save them for the Q&A. And let me just welcome to the stage, and please, you do the same, Story Panda.
So I'm James, one of the co-founders at Story Panda, and I'm going to take the next couple minutes just to walk you through how our little startup here in Canada is becoming a dominant player in the kids' media and technology scene. It all started when we had kids. They popped out of the womb, they grabbed my iPad, they downloaded Angry Birds, they beat the first 10 levels before we even cut the umbilical cord. And we knew that this generation of kids were not going to grow up like how we grew up. They were not going to grow up as passive consumers of content. They were going to grow up as creators of content. And this is awesome. You know, for someone like me, I've been working in digital media for the past 15 years, and I fully believe that the power of technology can inspire creativity. But with this generation, we need a new set of tools to help them do that, to encourage this skill set. So we looked at all the media incumbents. And I love Disney, I love Pixar, don't get me wrong, but they have a Disney Interactive, Disney Mobile, and Disney Games, and they've produced one hit game in 5 years. So it's not all about gaming. We go to the bookstore, let's get some books. We go to our local Borders, Borders is shut down. There's clearly a broken retail distribution issue there, and the kids' books is really what suffers. And then there's the hardware makers. Maybe these guys can hook us up, create these tools for us. But after you've used an iPad, you can't go back to using these clunky hardware devices that they make for kids with the Super NES cartridge that you have to blow on. So I was struggling with this issue as we were raising our kids, and I started to talk to a few other guys. And luckily, a bunch of my friends are super smart guys in technology and gaming. And I met a guy named Pavel Baines, who's now my co-founder, and he was working at Disney Interactive. He's got 3 little girls, all under the age of 5, and he was having the same issue. He wanted to inspire his kids to create, not just consume media. So we got together, we hired some guys from Xbox, EA, and Facebook, and we started to build Story Panda books. This is our first platform where we work with traditional media companies and publishers to take their recognizable IP and characters and turn them into fully immersive and interactive kids' books that we can enjoy together as a family. So we sit down on the couch at the end of the night, we fire up Story Panda, and we click on our Winnie the Pooh book. And it's a choose-your-own-adventure book where we need to find Pooh. Is he in the forest, down by the river, or hiding underneath the bridge? And what's really cool is then we can then take that book that we just read and create our own version of that using our proprietary tools and technology. We can swap in different characters, different props, different backgrounds. We can change the dialogue and create a whole new story based on this IP. So we feel pretty good about that story, and we're going to call it Ben and Dad's Trip to Radiator Springs. But Mom's out of town on business, but we can send it directly to her Story Panda app. She gets a little notification to say that we just made a story for her to read in the hotel room tonight. And what about Grandma and Grandpa? Let's share it to them. They don't even have an iPad, but we can share it to them via a web viewer. And then we know our friends are about to sit down and read their kids a story before they go to bed, so let's send it to them. So the story that we just created can now be read by a friend to their kids. And this completes the social viral loop of Story Panda books, where kids can now read, create, and then share and socialize this creation out through the tools that we have on our platform on Story Panda. So a month after launch, we saw some great stats. 83% of our users were actually creating these fully immersive interactive kids books. 61% of our installs became monthly active users, and they were using it 2 times a day. And this feels great. That we are helping kids and parents connect around a shared story experience twice a day. And our content partners are loving it too. We have deals all through the UK for content, through the Middle East, right here in Canada. Most notably, just this week we inked a deal with Hachette Book Publishers. They're one of the world's largest publishers for kids' books for distribution on the Story Panda platform. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. What I took you through today is Story Panda Books. It's live in the iTunes store. Download it now, get playing with your kids on it. But we're also developing Story Panda games, built on the same design philosophy that we can create a media and tool set that allow kids to create. Why do kids just have to play games? Why can't they play a level, change that level up, and send that to their friend to see if they can beat that level and be creators of games? Also, we're in a concept phase with a national broadcaster for Story Panda TV. Again, I don't want to plunk my kids down in front of the TV and just let content passively wash over them. So we're developing that tool set out as well. So it's great to be back here in Canada. We've been down in the Silicon Valley for the past 4 months working with Dave McClure and the 500 Startups crew. We've raised a nice round of investment down there from some really, really smart people. We're raising our seed round now of $1 million. If there's any VCs or angels in the house, definitely come find me after. I'd love to collaborate with you guys to see how we can accomplish our vision to be a dominant player in the kids media and technology scene. Thanks again. I'm James from Story Panda.
Cool. So I've been told to keep a very strict schedule, so I'm just going to ask you one really quick question because we got a little delay on your slides. How are you making money? Are you making money?
Yep, so we are making money. So we apply a free-to-play gaming model to this platform. So the platform itself is free for kids to use, and then we sell books on the bookshelf. We sell additional content packs, so it's very similar to how a free-to-play game works.
Do kids get to make money off of the games, the stories they create?
The kids don't make money, they make memories.
That just seems
I just made that up. I just made that up. That's pretty good.
Well, good.
Thanks,
well, let's thank you, James, very much. Good luck to you, and good luck to Story Panda. But I mean, I think if we could get like 3-year-olds to start their own college funds, that would be a good thing. All right, our next presenter, and again, we're going to keep this really tight on schedule. We're going to try to please welcome Panafold.
Hi, thanks for being here. I'm Sarah, this is Kit. We're here from Palo Alto to tell you what we're doing at Panafold. If you've used mobile devices for many years, it's probably easy for you to identify with what life is like for the people we call mobile natives. These are the 42 million people in the US, ages 14 through 24, who've grown up with a touchscreen in their hands, and their 960 million counterparts around the world. These people are at an age where they're developing their passions and interests, right now as we speak. Think of the people you know who are curious about the world. For example, David is 17. He dreams of being an architect. He loves golf. He wants to know more about East Coast colleges. And he has this knowledge portal in his hand all day long. But his experience on this hardware is nothing like what it could be. There's a huge opportunity to create a mobile experience that's designed for natural human interaction. Over the years, we've seen another industry revolutionized by this kind of design. These images look really funny to us now, but it used to be that people had to turn a knob on a box to engage with this screen. Over the years, designers of these devices got better and better at letting us interact more naturally, and what we see today is the most natural of all interaction, and that's gesture. Instead of designing for gamers, Panafold is designing for these mobile natives. And instead of text lists and feeds and flashcards on the screen, you're going to see something called attractors, which are designed for this natural human interaction on mobile hardware. Attractors are graphical objects that let you pull knowledge to your screen. You tap attractors, and what you want to know comes to you from across the web. In a minute, you'll see a demo, but first I want to tell you who we're addressing first of these mobile natives. And that's the people who are curious about learning words. There are 700,000 mobile natives who are motivated to learn words for things like the SAT each year. Additionally, there are 50 million people in our market around the world who are learning English as a second language and have these devices in their hands. So keep in mind that it's a huge market. Curiosity about words runs deep. For example, my own family has passed down a dictionary for 4 generations. It's entertainment, it improves your life. So you're going to see a product now. Keep in mind that it's our first foray into the mobile natives market.
So I'm really excited to say that there is a new product on the App Store yesterday from us called Power of Words. And Power of Words harnesses the capabilities of an attractor to try to help people who are mastering English. So in this application, an attractor looks like a refrigerator magnet. And so what you do is you tap on the attractor, and it goes across the web, and it pulls content to it, like dictionary definitions, images, and uses of the word in context. You can also build up and break apart the words based on their stems and roots. Then you can rearrange the words into poems and then share those poems with your friends. But now imagine that you had a really powerful attractor, an attractor that had the ability to pull content about anything you're interested in. That's our next application. You can sign up for private beta now, and that will live on the iPhone. So now that you were supposed to see an attractor on a touchscreen device, you can begin to imagine our giant business opportunity. Last year, companies spent $2.5 billion trying to reach mobile users. Attractors have the power to pull products and services to people based on their sustained interests. Moreover, attractors will make valuable and meaningful introductions to vendors and also worthwhile connections. So if you're a mobile native, we invite you to become a part of this. We invite you to move beyond games and Facebook feeds and start pulling content that you care about and that you want to learn about to your screens. And also from the audience, we're seeking feedback, investors, and talent. So we've just now built this new software platform, and we're reaching our target market. So thank you very much, and please help us keep curiosity alive.
Thank you. So we have time for quick questions. The idea of attractors is interesting. You obviously have got this word learning language skills. Careful you don't walk off the back. We haven't lost anyone at this festival yet. What other kinds? You hinted at something coming up, but how do you see this having larger applicability, and how does that play into your business model?
We're working on a new interface for knowledge, for all kinds of knowledge that people, especially these teenagers and young adults, want to know from all across the web. So we are at our core designers and interaction designers and technologists, and we're building this new paradigm for interacting with content that's designed specifically for mobile and specifically for touchscreens.
So do you consider yourself an education company or a mobile company, a design company? If I'm thinking about Panafold and I just need one word to talk about what kind of company you are, what are you?
Mobile interaction.
That's 2 words. But thank you very much. Take care and good luck to you. Yeah, in fact, many of I think all the companies that are pitching today have demos here, so take advantage of the fact that they're here to go have further conversations with them. So we have one last demonstration in this set, and again, there are 3 sets throughout the day, but let's give a warm welcome to Tawkon. Gil?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Gil Friedlander, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Tawkon. Now, I'm old enough to remember the days we drove cars with no safety belts. Then we understood they make us much safer. Now, they're mobile phones, and people are concerned with mobile phone radiation. Tawkon is the mobile phone safety belt. Tawkon is a mobile application that controls your exposure to mobile radiation that your phone emits. While most people are concerned of radiation that cell towers emit, because of the proximity of the phone to your body, this is the real concern we need to address. What worries us is Tawkon, that while we're waiting for some conclusion from scientists, each one of us right now is holding a phone millimeters away from their body. Now, I'm not suggesting we ditch our phones. We just think prevention is smart and we can control our exposure to mobile radiation. What many people are not aware of, that radiation can spike during a call to exponentially high levels. Now, there's some good news and, well, some bad news. The good news you can see right here, retrieved from data collected from Tawkon users anonymously. As you can see, 90% of the time we use our phone with low radiation, low emission. That means our phone has good connectivity with the network. But the problem is right here, and these 10% of the time where our phone emits high level of radiation. This could be because we're further away from the tower, or in an elevator or stairwell, or anywhere in our home and office with just enough interferences to partially block the signal. I'm sure you all experience these dead spots. Well, in order to compensate, our phone blasts high level of radiation. Now here's the math. And if you come away with one fact from this talk today, this should be it. 1 minute of talking during a call in high exposure is equivalent to 5 hours talking in low exposure. 1 minute equivalent to 5 hours. Tawkon can help you solve the problem by letting you know when radiation spikes before or during a call and provide you simple suggestions to avoid that radiation. For instance, distancing the phone from your head just by 10 or 15 centimeters can totally eliminate the impact of that radiation. Tawkon has some sound technology underneath the hood of our application. We retrieve the data from the phone itself and couple it with the way you use your phone. If you're using a Bluetooth, an earpiece, the proximity of the phone to your head. We have been recently validated by a radio frequency lab in the US certified by the FCC. We're also working these days with a Tier 1 European operator as we go to market. But let me take a moment and show you how Tawkon can help you and your family use your phone more responsibly. Here you can see a screenshot that you would receive during a call once you surpass a certain level of radiation. This is the alert, and if you follow the alert, you can avoid that radiation. This is a screenshot of my personal phone where you can see my family personal statistics on Tawkon. You can see how many minutes of high radiation Tawkon saved my family this week. You can see statistics of my wife, my children. This really provides me a level of comfort that my children are using their phones responsibly. Tawkon is saving a real problem and provides real value to users. We're also able to provide value by leveraging our database backend. What you can see here is data collected right here in Canada from Tawkon users. This is a comparison of the network quality of the 3 mobile operators. It's pretty clear to see that operator number 1 has the best network coverage out of the 3. We're happy to announce a major release of our Google Android here in Montreal today with many more features, and we localize the application into French, celebrating this International Startup Festival in this great bilingual city. But back to our collective health. The same way you keep fitness and maintain your diet, Tawkon is about taking preventative measures to keep you healthier. Our new Android application for Android means you're 1 click away of keeping you and your family safe as you Tawkon. Thank you very much.
us about challenging companies to do things that matter. Obviously, protecting our health is something that matters. Finding the zone that doesn't cause that echo matters. How do you build a big company doing this?
Okay, so I relate to it a little bit about, we're providing this application. Our aim is to provide it free to users, to children, but the data that we retrieve anonymously from our users is something very valuable. We're actually able to monitor operators' network in real time. This has a lot of value to network operators, to business intelligence companies, to companies like Google, Microsoft, and this is how we see a much greater company from our back end.
So it's use this great idea to help people understand how much radiation they're being exposed to actually as a data collection device for your back-end business.
That's correct. So there's value to the end user, and then there's value to the ecosystem.
Well, Gil, thank you very much, and good luck to Tawkon.
Thank you very much.